tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when
Chapter 5. I walked down the staircase, hurriedly in my school uniform, as I tried trying tie my cardigan around my waist while adjusting my backpack. Hi, Mom, I greeted and leaned closer to her. Hi, Bio. Hi, Basala. They waved back instead. My siblings were at the dining table eating noodles and eggs hurriedly. We were late already. The noodles are finished. Justin, will you take some cereal? My mom asked. Yeah. I reached for the cereal in the cupboard and began to serve myself. Hurry up! I'm taking you two to school today, a voice said behind me. I turned to see my adopted father in clean shorts and a shirt. His hair was well kept and his tumble was well saved. What's going on? I looked over to my mom and saw she was surprised as I was. Like the now Mr. Johnson, we knew did not give a damn about looking good, clean, and clothes. Mother was full of surprise and happiness, but just couldn't move to him and give him a good morning kiss or hug. I caught Mr. Johnson admiring my mom's dress and pretty face. She was wearing a short black gown and heels. Her hair was combed and bound in a ponytail, not leaving a strand out. Her silver earrings were obvious and attractive like her gloss lips. The love was there. I knew it. Mr. Johnson looked away suddenly and muttered something similar to slut, which changed the look on my mother's face. Or maybe the love was dead, like long dead. My mom went back to drinking her coffee and I squished her hands. I was hurt for her. Sir, can I? You know better than to ask me to take you to school. He retorted and left the kitchen. Basal and Bayo gave me a pity look before they followed him out. I was gonna trick to school. It wasn't that far. I can't die. As I was about to go collect some of my textbooks on the dining table, I felt my mom hug me from the back. Sorry about what he said earlier. I wanted me to cry, but I hid it with myself. I turned over and held her two soft hands and said, It's okay, Mom. I used to it. No getting used to. Yeah, he hates me now. Having Granny and my siblings is not for me. And I noticed the way you two look at each other. You still love Dad, Mr. Johnson? She shrugged and smiled. Sadly, I still do. I nodded and gave her a tight smile. Also, I want you to know that I will be selling some of my stuff. My laptop, mostly. If you have anything you want to sell, let me know. You don't have to, Mom. Seriously, I phoned Sally. I need to. It's important. I need money for this family to survive well. My pathetic husband spent his little money on unnecessary things. I don't have a clue as to what possessed him, and he looks so good this morning. He's after some lady, I guess. I smirked briefly at the thought of her being jealous. Mom, you don't have to sell your laptop. It's important, right? I know, right? What she was saying. Okay, fine. You can sell anything but not your laptop. It's something to sell too. You don't have to sell your whole thing, Granny said, coming to the kitchen. Morning, Granny. I hugged her. And I'm not selling any of my priorities, just a few. Glad to hear that, she smiled. And I'm running late. I gotta go. I kissed them before I exited the house. My journey to school began my trekking. It was a long journey to school, but I was getting used to it. Out of nowhere, the thunder struck, and I knew without a doubt that the rain was going to fall. The sudden change of weather and clouds made me obvious. I ran as far as legs could take me before I saw the building of my school. Stopping to catch my breath for a few seconds, I took a step forward to proceed but was interrupted by the hood of the car beside me. Hey yo, get in, you little girl, Jocelyn yelled with a smile even though her dad's car was close to me. Happily, I exhaled and hopped in the back. It was a good timing sent from an angel above, though the school wasn't far anymore. It was a relief my legs had to rest before they gave away angrily. Good morning, Mr. David. Hi, Tayan. Thanks so much. I couldn't hide how much I appreciate being given a lift to school despite the walk from home. Don't mention Mr. David. Mr. David said. It was a smile. Mr. Olabeye David was a nice and friendly person. He was a businessman, and his likeness for suits and his tall frame even made him more of a businessman. From my observation, I knew Toyin was close to his father, while she resembled her dad with everything. She took after her mom's height, not tall, not short, just an average height. The black Mercedes car stopped in front of the school and we aligned. Thanks, Mr. David, I waved, while Toyin leaned and picked him before he drove away. As we stepped into the school, I stopped, dropped my backpack on the ground, untied the cardigan around my waist, and rolled it before picking up my backpack. Seriously? You need to stop covering your face. Your face. Anyone who wants to take advantage of you? Joanne said. Easy for you to say and do. I raised my eyebrows at her. See? You don't need to worry about anyone, right? You get Bisola and me. All you have to do is to tell us or give us the list of names and we'll deal with them. Diane said, and I looked her straight in her eyes. Yeah, we deal with them, or what do you think? She looked at me right back in the eyes, not getting the messages I was giving her. Come on, we'll just deal with them, not kill them. She snorted. There's nothing to worry about, okay? We get you. Bisola and I get you for life. You just have to stop concealing this pretty face of yours. You're strong. You don't know that now. Jane placed her hands to mine as we began to walk into the class. The instant we get to our class, the rain started pouring, which made my classmates happy and I too was well kinda happy. The first teacher to teach us this morning did not show up. She was in staff room, like most of the other teachers in the sweaters, sipping hot tea or coffee. Dylan was 29% sure. The heavy rain and cold that did have our teachers' butts and their seats stirred the unbelievable noises from the whole school, which happened once in a while. I sat by the window side. Toyin was listening to music beside me with eyes closed, even though she was sleeping. I knew she was in her world. She had her headphones on, probably listening to her favorite song, Bed of Lies by Nicki Minaj, as she stretched her legs on the table and had her hands behind her head. Bisola was sitting in front with one other girl called Philip Victoria, a quiet girl. As she leaned on her desk, scrolling through something on her phone, she was reading an unusual. I didn't have to take a peek before I knew she was reading a story of their platform. She was a novel addict. Tim was the music addict, and I was a drawing addict. I leaned my head on the window, gazing at how the rain was falling and splashing in the window. This took me back to thinking of my family. It was raining on the day, and I was playing with my adopted father. I was 3 and Bayo was 10 months. I didn't even remember such a thing happened until my mother told me recently when we were discussing him. Yeah, it was something we did to convince us he was still a good guy beneath his facade behaviors. My mom had told me sweet he was, how nice, caring, and jovial he was, to extent she had to download an old video to serve as proof of what he had been saying. The video was a video of Mr. Johnson and me playing in the rain. In the video, I was wearing shorts and a singlet. My was looseness. I happily played in the rain while I turned deaf ears to Mr. Johnson's warning to get inside before I catch a cold. He had even called me sweet names that didn't budge me. From the background, I heard the laughter of my mother and Bayo as she was regarding us while she had been standing on the couch. Mr. John got to where I was in the rain to get me inside, but I ran away. McGibbon chased me, and from the video, I saw that he enjoyed it. By the time he got hold of me, he tickled me and started giggling. I got you, little fella, stubborn baby of mine, I heard him say to me as they continued to giggle. Oh, you two should get in here, I heard my mother say to us. Do you think so, baby Bayo? The camera was turned away from us to Bayo. Bayo opened his mouth as she smiled, showing his upper teeth and lower teeth calling, Mama, Mama. With laughter while having his chubby hand touching the camera, it was cute. Mr. Johnson carried me inside the house and continued to giggle, happened to rhythm over me. Those memories were cute. Unfortunately, there was nothing underneath the facade of his behavior, but we were now seeing as his true new attitude. It wasn't pretense, or something he was going to realize and change my mother was hoping for. I felt a thumb wipe my face, and so it was Bisula. She wiped the tears that came from my eyes. I didn't know where to get, just streamed down my face. It's gonna be fine. I got you, and I will always be there for you when you need me. Bisala said and smiled. Now you need to get hold of yourself and decline those tears from coming out of your eyes before people start paying attention. It was Victoria that saw those tears. I bowed and looked over to Victoria, who gave me a small smile and a wave. Oh, stop, didn't you give me that pathetic look? I glanced over to my side and saw seat was empty. Where's Toyin? To the restroom, she told me. That's all I said. Okay. Looking around the class, I saw the students were playing rock, paper, scissors game. Others were playing chess, while a few were reading. We weren't going to do anything today in the school, but we were going to make up for it tomorrow. I adjusted my sitting position and leaned on the table to rest my head. I rang the doorbell of Miss Ola's house, and her mother opened it after a few seconds. Hey dear, come in, Miss Angie said, grinning alone as she closed the white painted door behind me. How are you, ma'am? I asked. I'm good, and you? She asked me. Good too, I replied, even though I wasn't fine deep down. Is Bissell home? Yeah, in her room, doing God knows what, she said. Okay, thank you. I found my way to her room and opened the door immediately. Bissell quickly jumped on her bed, wrapping blanket around her body. Oh my goodness, it's you, Justin. Toya sighed. She began breathing in and out calmly. What? I closed the door behind me, bolted it, and locked it with a kiss as Stein had instructed me with a sign that we all knew. I looked with a head jerked toward the door. There was the sign. We mostly used that whenever we were in the room to talk about something we didn't want any third party to hear. What's up with you guys? Why didn't you knock? Miss Ola asked, breathing heavily as I approached her. Well, I'm in my friend's house, and I really knocked at your door before coming in, I said and sat on the bed. You meant best friend, right? Bisola asked with a glare. I rolled my eyes and thought I would decide that myself. Tyne got up from the bed to gulp down the bottled water on the dressing table. What? You guys look. You scared us, Tyne was finally calming down her nerves. You're very terrified that I thought you saw a ghost. Tell me what's up, I said. I only entered without knocking, okay? Well, start knocking now, Bisola said, touching her forehead. Okay, I will start knocking. Does that also apply to you, Tayan? No, not now, she said as she came to sit by my side. Bisola, I'm sorry for barging in that way. It won't happen again. I apologize. Oh, come on. It's not like that, Bisola said, struggling with the way she was lying in the bed. It's not like you are naked, right? Or, no, not that. Tayan interjected. So what? Are you two up to something? Something immoral? Or illegal? You two aren't, I don't know, lesbians? Reluctantly asked. Lesbians? They asked in synchronization. Of all things, Justin, what made you think that? Oh my god, Tayan said, collapsing onto me. Well, you two are acting weird. I pushed Tayan away. I'm seriously not feeling comfortable, Misola complained, looking at Tayan. With a sigh, Jane shook her head. You know what? Screw it. Get up. The door is locked, and it doesn't matter if she says it or not. You sure about it? Of course. It's not like she's a baby. Jane looked at me. Bisola sighed and untangled herself from the comforter and stood in my presence. She lowered her eyes and had her hands on her hips. Oh yeah, she had a slender body. Well, we're naked. Do you know that? Not completely. I'm wearing a sports bra and a panty, Miss Holla said. Whatever, still naked though. So, what are you hiding now? I questioned until and got up. This, Jane answered, and she turned Bisolas back to me with a swift of her hands. A beautiful image of a large butterfly was on her scapula, left scapula. I stood up and touched it. It was beautiful. Wow, I whispered, smoothing my fingers on it. You like it? Jane asked expectantly. Are you kidding? This is beautiful. It's pretty amazing. When did you get a tattoo? I nearly screamed. Don't shout. My mom is home. Miss Sola snapped. A week ago, it was when she got it. Jane smiled. So none of your family knows you got a tattoo? Well, of course they do. Both you and Toyin. You guys are my family. Zola said, smiling. I shook my head at her response. So, when are you getting yours? I asked Toyin. Soon. I know. I'll let you know when I'm getting it. Okay, cool. So, where did you get it? I asked. From the group I'm in. Zola said, oh, I see. I said, and tilted my head, so I was right. It was something illegal after all. They were 17. Yeah, Toyin added. So, did your boss force you or something? I curtly asked. No, he didn't. He is not that sort of person. It's the kind of thing you get when you want to. No pressure. We mostly get it when we were having a party, Isabella said, pulling up her black jeans. Don't reveal too much to her, Bisola. Jen warned, and Bisola gave her an sorry look. Whatever, I rolled my eyes. I will be more careful when talking with her, Bisola said as she yanked her pink t-shirt from the bed before putting it on. It's just that she isn't a stranger. There was a knock on the door, and Bisola went to open it. Hey, ladies. She peeped inside. Her mom. What do you want? Mr. Edenji entered fully and told me my mom wanted to speak with me before handing me the phone. Hey, Mom. How was your work today? Okay, best of luck then. And also, I packed the things I want to. You know what? Into the garden. You're welcome, Mom. Be safe and please. Can I spend the night at Bisola's house? My friends gave me a look that asked if I was alright. Okay, Mom. I love you. Bye. I said with a smile before hanging up. Here, I handed the phone back. So, you guys having a sleepover tonight? That's nice. You didn't mention that before, Bisola. Miss Anthony said, nodded and left. We didn't plan this, Bisola said. Yeah, I know. Well, this time we have one thought. I will tell my bed about it. Jane's head and grabbed her phone from the dressing table. And your mom, she's home? Yeah, she's home. She had the day off. She's on job tonight. Justin, should I tell my dad's driver to bring your uniform here? I look at Tuyin. He's bringing mine. So I was thinking if it would be like him to branch over at your house to get yours. Yeah, good idea. My mom is still home. She could help me give it to him. So, what are we doing tonight? Tuyin asked as she typed on her phone, probably dropping messages for her dad. Gossiping about your group to me. I replied, smiling. What are you, a spy? A cop? Tuyin threw a pillow at me. Oh, come on, you don't throw a pillow at a princess, I jokingly said. Says who? Zol asked and threw another pillow at me. You two dirty pigs are trying me. I jumped on Zol and started beating her with the pillow. I saw Tyne quickly drop her phone with my peripheral vision before picking a pillow to hit me. This went on for some minutes without not knowing death was setting in. We are all breathing in and out as if you had been running for a week non-stop. Miss Andenji said, as she was surprised to see us that way. Come on, Mom, you are exaggerating, Bisola said and shoved me away from on top of her. Whatever. So your dad's driver came in 1 minute ago. He brought yours and Justin's backpack, uniform, and shoes. It was fast. Yeah, that was fast, Jane said with heavy breathing. Thank you, Mom, I said. You're welcome. Miss Adenji dropped our things on the floor and said further, you guys should help yourself to whatever you see in the kitchen and eat. I'm going to freshen up. I will be leaving for work soon. Alright, Mom. Giselle got up and gave her mom a kiss and a hug. Bye, Mom. I'm only going to freshen up before leaving. Don't send me out of my shoe of my house, girl. Miss Adenji scoffed and exit